Yeah, what's happening? Hello, Drinking with Ray. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. And we're talking about a rum today from Nepal that has a cool name and history connected to it. Khukri. And I have this here too, Gurkha beer, just to explain the story. All right, well, let's first try it. The Khukri rum here is named after a knife. Kind of a sickle kind of thing. That one of the most fierce fighting forces in the world use. The Gurkhas of Nepal. So these Gurkhas are Nepali warriors that for hundreds of years, cheers, Daddy Dhanyavad, thank you very much in Nepal. Oh, that's a nice room. Nice. Produced in Nepal at 42.8%. The original Himalayan rum matured in Sharia Robusta cask since 1959. Hey, that's some good history. All right. Story of the Gurkhas. So they're these fierce warriors. They wear hats like this, I guess, sometimes, of Nepal. And protect their homeland. They know their turf. They hide in the mountains. So they always carry a knife like this. Hold on, can you see it? There we go. It's up right there. They carry these knives. And I heard all these crazy stories about them, man. So one, they would fight their enemies and the local local skirmishes and stuff. But then when the British came into the picture, the British really wanted to take over, all of South Asia. And they really couldn't penetrate Nepal. Mountain people, Gurkhas came up. I guess even some women defended from these little village passes and everything. The British army was coming in like in the 1700s, and they were just doing guerrilla tactics, and they defended their homeland. The British couldn't take it over, and it's a pretty awesome story because they were never fully colonized. So. The British, though, they had the numbers, man. They took over all of India, and they had a really strong force and really good equipment and everything. So the British kept coming. And the Gurkhas would fight them off to the death, and eventually they made like a deal with the Nepali royalty and with the British. They lost some of their land, which is now still part of India. That went to the British Raj at the time. But they made like a deal where they were like, all right, you can have your sovereignty. We won't mess with you anymore. Like over 200 years ago. And but one thing is, those Gurkha fighters are some crazy people, man. They're savages. We would like to employ some of them into the British Royal Army. That's part of the deal. So you have to send us some Gurkha warriors. So these guys, they have to complete these tasks, like jump up and down, do a bunch of stuff in like 2 minutes. These sit-ups, they have to climb for like 5 miles or something up the Himalayan mountains with a bag of rocks on their back. They go through intense training, man, super disciplined. And they're like one part about them is what I've heard is they're like the nicest, sweetest people. They love their family. They have a smile on their face usually, but you don't want to get on the wrong side of one of them. So they got conscripted into the British Empire Army, where they fought bravely for whatever task they had to do, kind of like as mercenaries in a way. Nepal kept its independence throughout all those times. They had their own warriors protecting Nepal, of course. But the Gurkhas got sent with their Khukri knives all kinds of crazy places around the British Empire. Just a couple stories that off the top of my head. World War I, they were in the trenches, and German soldiers would encounter them, and they would slice them with their knives and stuff in the trenches. World War II, they were in like fighting the Japanese valiantly in Burma, and all these really crazy stories, man. Like they should make a movie about this. Like the entire history of the Gurkhas or something. It would be a good movie. Hello! Drinking with Ray. All right, let's take another shot. Why not? While I'm talking about this. So they were the fiercest, most feared warriors like in the world. Nice family guys, Hindu, maybe a couple of them are Buddhist. Deeply faithful. They love their homeland and their culture, but they'll kill your fucking ass, man. They're brutal. I guess they were in Afghanistan, and one guy recently, like less than 20 years ago, fought off 30 Taliban. I don't know how many. I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm not looking at anything up, but all by himself, he fought off 40 Taliban guys or something, killed most of them. And there's just so many stories like this with these guys, man. And they're still out there, which is cool. And they still carry these knives. And the most recent story I heard was on a train robbery in India, somewhere in the northern India. A train got stopped. I know where it was. It was near Kolkata in West Bengal, I think. Pretty sure. And so the train got held up by some bandits. The old West days in America, shit. And they were armed.
Where's mine?
And they got onto the train and they were taking everyone's money and wallets and phones. And
Give me your money.
this was
Give me your
maybe
wallet.
10 years ago. Hey! And little did they know that one guy was Nepali on there. He was a Gurkha. And he single-handedly with one of these knives, a Khukri, this rum is named after. He was sitting there calmly, I heard, and they were coming through I don't know what if they were armed with guns or knives, these bandits. But punk criminals, they didn't know what was coming. They didn't know a train killer was on the train. And he killed most of the bandits and the rest ran away. Fucking crazy. All by himself. Good story. I told it the best I could, I guess. What's up from Nepal? Bye.